is some bad blending. That is some pretty bad blending. I just ate some mac and cheese and it's not agreeing with me. I feel really, really sick. I feel really sick. Like, lousy sick. I don't know why that mac and cheese hated me, but it did. So yesterday we were at Thunder in the Glens and honestly it was amazing. It was my first year there and I just found it such an amazing experience. I really, really love Harleys, and so to be at a place where there are so many of them, just to be surrounded by them, and the noise was phenomenal. It was just amazing. There were so many cool looking modified ones, so it was great to see everybody putting their own stamp on it and their own style. I mean, there was one that had like a skull on the back with red diamond eyes, which was like so cool. And there were other mods done to them. I mean, they just looked amazing. The paint job on some of them, just the different styles that people have, just, it honestly was phenomenal. The noise that was coming from them was insane. I mean, at one point I was filming and I had to just like put my fingers over my ears, and not because I don't like the sound of Harleys. I mean, I love the sound of Harleys. It's like my favorite soundtrack, but just because of the pure volume, it was so loud it was actually hurting my eardrums. So yeah, it was really loud, and I can't believe I actually missed my friend. She was in the procession and I was looking out for her specifically, and I scanned every bike one by one, specifically looking out for her. Somehow I still managed to miss her. She said that she rode past and she saw us, but I didn't even see her, so I don't know how that happened. But yeah, apparently I'm lousy at spotting my friend. So yeah, I mean, it was just such a great experience. We went to get something to eat. We actually walked past one of the food shops and it was selling fish and chips, and the smell of vinegar was, I kid you not, like the best smell ever. We ended up going back there for some chips, and I had like plenty of vinegar on my chips because the smell just enticed me. It was so nice. They were so good. So yeah, I don't really know why I told you about that, but there you go. I had some awesome chips. There was lots of stalls set up, and one of the stalls that I went to really had my style of clothing, so I picked up a jumper and a t-shirt. I'm actually wearing the jumper today. If you can see that detailing, ignore the cat tree in the background. But yeah, it's like so nice. I love it. I really love bling. I'm like a friggin' magpie. I don't think you get magpies. I'm a magpie. And it's black as well, which is like my favorite color, and it's warm, which is good because it's so cold. And I don't know if you can see right now outside, but it's actually raining, or been raining, and it's miserable. So nice warm jumpers is awesome. Yeah, so there's that. Take you outside with me because I did a thing. Yikes. What did I do? What did I do? Let's see what I did. Okay, are you ready? Let's see if I can fix the exposure here. Oh, underexposed. It'll do. Right, are you ready? Okay, if you know your cars, you may be able to recognize what I bought from the shape of that. Have you guessed it yet? What if I move down like this? I bought an FN2 Championship Edition. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Let's take a look inside. Let's go. Follow me. I seriously love the red interior in here. I just think it's so beautiful. Oh gosh, don't drop it. Can you see? That's red. That's Alcantara. If you were with me since the start, and if you go right the way back to some of my original videos, you will see that I used to own an FN2 and I loved it, and I was thinking of selling it for an Abarth. Well, I didn't. I did sell it, not for an Abarth, but for a Fiat 500. And basically I thought I was going to be made redundant and I needed to save money where I could. And because it was a 64-mile round trip to work every day from the town to the city, in a month I was spending like 250 quid in fuel. And with the possibility of redundancy looming over me, obviously I needed to be able to save money where I could. So as much as it broke my heart, I had to sell my FN2 and buy something cheaper. So that's why I bought the Fiat 500 diesel, which, by the way, super economical car. That was £120 a month in fuel, 20 quid a year road tax, and really, really cheap to insure. That being said, surprisingly and funnily enough, it's an extra £1 to insure this over the Fiat 500. So I didn't really save much on the Fiat 500 insurance, but that just goes to show how cheap my insurance is on this, because the Fiat 500 insurance was cheap. Anyway, so that's why I sold my last FN2, and I really, really missed it. And I think it got worse when I came back from New York. So I went to New York for honeymoon, came back. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was just seeing all the nice cars over there. I don't know, but I came back and I just needed a Type R in my life again. So I spent the last year just wishing and hoping and wanting a Type R, but knowing that I couldn't afford the fuel, not with like my long commute. Anyway, I ended up quitting my job, and if you watched any of my previous videos, I have discussed that. I've touched on it lightly. So yeah, I quit my job, and then eventually I got a job in the town where I live, or just outside the town where I live. So my commute now is super, super short. I don't have to spend a lot of money on fuel, and that meant that I could have a Type R again. And honestly, it's like a dream come true. I never even expected to get the championship edition. When I set out on this journey, I was like, I am having a black Type R. Like, black is my first colour choice for Type R. Red is my second preference because my last one was red and I did like it, but I was like, I definitely want a black one. I did think about white, but because they're so expensive, being the championship edition, I was like, there's no way like that'll ever happen. It's not a possibility. Put it clean out your mind. Anyway, my husband found this one advertised, and it was actually not far. So we went up to Aviemore, to Thunder in the Glens, and this car was for sale not far from Aviemore. So we decided to go look at it on the way back, and we actually got a really, really, really good deal on this car. And the next thing I know is like, I'm the proud owner of an FN2 Championship Edition, and like, wow. I was so lucky. I feel so lucky to have this car, because not only did I get a Type R again, but I got like this awesome version of the Type R. And my last Type R was a 2007. This is a 2009, so because it was a 2007, I didn't have the auxiliary in the center console, but because this is a 2009, I do. And I know that it's like a silly little thing to be excited about, but I'm super excited that I actually have the auxiliary now in the center console. Like, I know it's just a small thing to be happy about, but it does. It makes me so happy. And oh my gosh, guys, I have really, really missed cruise control, and I have cruise control again. Like, I am so happy right now. I cannot put into words just how overjoyed, excited and happy I am to have an FN2 again. I have been a girl racer at heart always, and driving the Fiat 500, although it's extremely cute and girly, and the cute girly side of me was super happy with it, the boy racer side of me just like cried every day. And now the boy racer side of me is so happy, so happy to be in a sporty car again, and not only that, but to be in the Type R, which is like the car of my dreams. I mean, this is the one. This is the soulmate of cars. I am going to have a Type R now until the end of time. I am never selling this. I love this. Like, words cannot describe how happy I am right now. So yes. Let me know if you want me to do a car tour, because I can definitely do that. Yeah. So that's that. That's my exciting news. I have a Type R again. Woo! Okay, so this is slightly embarrassing. My neighbour, who lives there, came out of his house while I was taking a bunch of pictures of myself in the car, pulling all these poses and making faces and whatnot. And I had the camera pointed facing me, but I was like facing the window like this. Like, I was facing that window and I had the camera pointed towards me, but I don't think he knew I had the camera pointed towards me, so it looked like I was photographing him. And then I was so embarrassed to leave the car that I just had to sit in here until he left, and he's left now, and I'm mortified because he either saw me taking all those pictures, making all those faces and poses, and is like, what a weirdo, or he thinks I was photographing him and he's like, what a weirdo. Either way, I don't think I can ever say hello to this neighbour or face him ever again. So that was embarrassing. Oops.